right, so I'm in the parking lot of the gym right now, about to go in and hit chest. But, I was just driving and it hit me. The only way you can truly actually be successful for real, like for real, is you have to systematize your way to success. I've owned my online business now for like 4 years, since I was 16 years old. And I feel honestly that for the majority of the time, I've been really lucky. I've been extremely lucky in the sense that I've hit $100,000 in a month before, and I didn't even know what it costed me to acquire a client, right? I didn't know any of these things. I had really no systems, and I was able to do that, right? But I really feel that heading into 2026, 2027, like you need to be dialed. You need to have your shit locked in if you truly want to be able to replicate success. All right. And so this video isn't really going to be for the person that you don't have skills, right? It's not going to really make sense at this level, right? This is for, hey, you know how to run an ad, you know how to generate a lead, you know how to get a book call, and hey, you can close sales, you can close a deal or two, but you have this foundation, but you're not at the level you want to be yet. You're not there. You're not making 100, 200, 300, $400,000 a month. You don't have $1 million stashed in the bank, liquid, right? This is really going to be for you, right? You have to systematize your way to success, right? Everything needs to be a system. You're not going to be able to succeed unless you have your systems dialed in. What does that even mean? That means you need to know exactly. You need to be able to repeat successful actions, right? So if I come to you and I say, you need to have a system on how you acquire patients, what the fuck does that mean? That means you need to break it down. What does acquiring patients mean? Well, you need to get leads, right? You need to book calls, you need to close deals, and then you need to get leads, you need to get book calls, you need to get them to show, you need to close deals, right? You need to have systems for each. So you need to have a system that allows you to repeat the action of generating a lead successfully. You need to have a system that repeats the action of generating a book call, the system that makes people show up consistently, system that closes deals. And this is for every aspect of the business, okay? You close a deal, you need to have systems for generating client results. What does that mean? You need to onboard a client, you need to launch that client, you need to have systems around communication. Who's communicating with these clients and successfully? You need to have a system around the service that you're delivering, right? This is the only way you're going to be able to be successful, and it's really hitting me. And the coolest part about this whole shit is that once you understand, it's kind of like that key to the lock, honestly. Like, I feel like in this entrepreneurship journey, in this game, you're kind of just la-di-da-di-da, kind of coasting around, figuring things out as you go, which is amazing. But once you unlock this, that, hey, I need to build a system. And then here's the coolest part. Everything in business is just like a money math. It's like money math, all of it. What's the cost to generate a lead? What's the cost to get the person on the phone call? What's the cost to make sure he shows? And what's the cost to close? Everything is money math, right? And even if you're trying to get your clients results, it's likely, if I run an agency, so this is what I know. It's cost per lead, cost per booking, cost per show, cost per close. How much does it cost to acquire? It's all money math. And once you understand that, okay, you have the skills, you have the foundation, and then from that point, you need to build the systems, and then you just need to know how much these things cost. What are the KPIs you need to reach? Man, I think that's when you kind of have that unlock, and you really understand that this whole success thing, this whole growing the business thing, like it's easier than you think. Like it's hard as fuck because there's so much bullshit that just pops up. There's a lot of chaos you have to deal with on a day-to-day, fires burning, bullshit popping up left and right. But man, once you get to this foundation, this will allow you to at least solve the money problem, in the sense that although you're an entrepreneur and you're a business owner, it's a requirement that you're gonna have to deal with bullshit like forever. Basically, it's like the ticket of admission. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you have a ticket that says, I agree to deal with bullshit for the rest of eternity. That's what that is, right? But once you understand this, that you need to systemize things, you need to understand KPIs, you need to understand the numbers and the money math that it's going to require for you to hit your goals, man, at the very least, although you have to deal with bullshit every day, at least you don't have to worry about the money in your bank account, right? At least you can live comfortably and have a lot of money while you deal with this bullshit, right? So that's all it comes down to. You got to systematize everything, man. And the thing that hit was, I'm driving to the gym and I'm like, okay, this kind of makes sense. Like I got most things down. It's got to run without you, you know? And like the main thing is, how do you generate a new client? Okay, leads, booking, shows, closes. How do you make sure that client's educated enough to make a purchasing decision, right? You got to train your closers. It's all modules, course trainings for your team. But a step above that, and thanks to Jeremy Haynes with that hammer them strategy, you can really make sure someone is educated enough to make a purchasing decision, right? That's a system. So it's really just about having all these systems dialed in place. And, it's scary at first. It's a lot of work, but it's also a relief at the same time because you understand when you have these systems in place, you know, it doesn't matter if one month you shoot up or you have a bad month, you will always fall to the level of your systems. And the coolest part about that is that truly genuinely means you can fall down to the level of you consistently make $300,000-$400,000 a month if you have the systems to do so. You can fall down to consistently making $1 million a month if you have the systems to do so. Whatever money you're making right now, it doesn't matter if you made $500 in a month, you made 500,000. It doesn't matter if you made 5 million. That's someone's bad month. And you know why? It's because of the systems they have in place to achieve that. Right? So, yeah, man, lock in.